Okay, I'd like to introduce Perry Lawrence. He's going to talk about EXO. Take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. I know you're not hanging out just for me, but the fact that you're sticking out on a Sunday is very awesome. So I am going to well, first, my background is broadcast engineering. I've been involved in interactive television since the late '80s. So I'm a dinosaur. When Time Warner was testing out their platform and doing interactive television. So, and nothing's worked up until now. And so I would say we're now in the era of interactive TV. If this isn't interactive TV, that I don't know what is. But I want to show you. So I went from doing in-person events, 600 attendees typically, big, large IMAG screens in the front of the room, to doing them virtually, having to do them virtually. So we pivoted very quickly and we started doing the virtual events for clients and folks. And the advantage of those were that we were able, typically we charge, and typically we have a large back end sales funnel. And our virtual events have seriously outperformed our live events as far as profitability. And obviously, you no longer have the live costs. I mean, we were flying, large groups of people around all over the country, hotel costs, et cetera, equipment costs. So all of that kind of went away with the virtual stuff. So we went to doing virtual webinars and had extreme success with that. And I was introduced recently to a company that does, Zio. So what Zio does is they took a platform that they were using for the NFL in stadium situations where people would be able to interact off their second screen. And what's their second screen? Is their cell phone. So they've taken that technology, that platform, and they've scaled it to virtual events just like this. So I want to show you a couple of things. This is a hugely geeky audience, but I want to show you the results first, and then we can dig into the back end if we have time or take some questions. So I'm going to pop up on my screen a QR code. So take a picture of the QR code. It'll lead you to our URL, and I'm told this works all over the world. So you should see a screen that says "Welcome to Zio" after you do this. So on any iPhone, if you point your camera to the QR code, a little drop down will come up with the URL that you can click on, and that works pretty well. So let me know. Hold up your phone. You should have something like this on it. Well, let me take that off. Hold on. Should have something like this on it when you do connect. I'll put this up for one more minute or a few more seconds so people can grab it if they haven't. And if it's stuck on loading, just hit the refresh button. So it's going to ask you your phone number, and then it's going to give you a confirmation code. Thanks, Rachel B. So Rachel B's on. Excellent. She gave me a thumbs up. So what it's going to do, it's going to ask you for your phone. Give it your phone, your country and your phone. We have an international audience here, so that's exciting. We're going to test this to the limits. And really the whole point of Zio is, let me take this off here. The whole point of Zio is to provide better engagement with your audience. So, everybody struggles with the virtual haze, let's call it. So when you're at a live event, if you're drooling, somebody's going to kick you, or somebody's going to give you a nudge and let you know, hey, this is what's going on. Hey, you want to wake up for this? In a virtual space where it's just your audience member in their office, sequestered and cloistered up. Their coffee's running low. They're not engaged. How do you get people more engaged? So we believe we have a very, very good solution on how to do this. So if everybody likes engagement, look at your screen here. Who wants interactions? Clap on that. And when you do that, look at this. Oh man, look at that. So you can see, hopefully you can see this. Here you go. Who wants engagements? 7 people are online, 7 first timers. We've got everybody loving the fact that we want interactions. And this falls into the whole gamification of interactivity and e-learning. So if you're hosting a con, if you're hosting an event, a training event, if you're hosting a webinar, whatever, the end goal is going to be, what did they walk away from? What did they learn? What was the net takeaway? So you want to engage them as much as possible and leave them with a memorable, repeatable, thoughtful takeaway that they can then take action on, whether it's to come to the next event, buy some swag, buy your coaching, buy whatever. So obviously, keeping people engaged with the gamification helps. Zio has a very powerful engine, and this that I'm showing you right now is one of my favorites. It allows you to do full screen. This screen is completely customizable on the interactions. I can do it a sidebar. I can do it as a lower third. This part of it, I absolutely love. Coming from a video background, Rachel, you probably dig it too, coming from a film background. I can show how the entire audience is loving this. And this is based on what we call cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go play the next one and show you just some, I'm going to basically run through this and show you what people are, or what interactions are available. So this is what we call the good, bad interaction. And this is completely interaction. Is it good or bad? I'm going to do a thumbs up. So the questions completely configurable. The icons are completely configurable. These panels that I'm showing you now are completely configurable. So very robust interaction, very robust ability to customize this to look and feel however you want. I'm going to go to the next one. This is what we call a sentiment slider. So if you have the totally agree slider at the very top, you can slide this, the different faces show up, and I'm going to leave mine on agree. 100% totally agree. Awesome. So we all agree that interaction is valuable. So the way to get people to interact is to give some questions just like I have, simple yes, no, and they can interact. Another popular and powerful way to get people to interact is with, this is called a poll. So why is engagement important? Eliminates distractions, fortifies learning, leads to more sales, all of the above. I'm going to click all of the above and hit submit. There we go. Leads to more sales, all of the above. Look, we have a split decision. So 25% say all of the above, 25. Okay. So you get the idea of how cool this is. I love this. And so this can be a great tool throughout the event, but it doesn't have to be 100% of the event. At specific times, you can call up the question and then engage the audience. So that's what I've done here. I've taken off the lower third. I can then set up, go back to a slide, go back to an image, and park it there while we're going through the training or the learning. And then when time comes back up, I can start a new slide. This one's really cool. This is one of my favorites. There we go. Okay, this is sound off. What do you want to do? Scream, applaud, or air horn? I want to scream. You can see the different interactions there. All right, people love this. Yes, people love this. That's how good it is. All right, so that's a lot of fun. And you can see the little meter here. We can also pipe this audio back into the feed, so you're actually hearing what the entire audience is doing. It can get a bit annoying, so we don't want to stay on that one too long. We have two forms of trivia. I'm going to show you the simple trivia here first. Let's play this game. And whoever wins with the leaderboard, most points, I'm going to send them a $25 Starbucks gift certificate. So what do we got? All right. All right. A lot of people on the Seine, Danube, the blue Danube. I believe that's not in France. So the Seine is the right question. I'm going to give you one more question. Let's do another one. How many U.S. presidents have been elected for 2 terms? Oof. Let me do this here. Here we go. Oh, well, hold on. Full screen. All right. Well, there's 4 answers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the correct answer is 12. And the 12 isn't on my display. So I got to fix that. So you can see how fun this is, though. It gets everybody excited, gets everybody engaged, gets everybody playing along. I'm going to show you a poll right now that this is what we call a branching poll. And really the importance of this is the ability and your ability for data collection. Very powerful that during your event, you can get specific data from your audience members. So on this poll, depending on how you answer the first question, you'll get a second question that's different. So if you answer A to the first question, you'll get another question that's specific to A. If you answer B to that first question, you'll get a second question that's specific to B. So let's do that. That's called a branching poll. So right now, are you a dog or a cat person? Oh my gosh. That can't be right. All right, there we go. All right. A lot of cat people. Okay. So based on that question, you're going to get a different question depending on what you answered for the first one. So I'm going to do this. Hold on. You should see. Well, let's do this. I'm going to reset this one. We're going to answer it again because I think I have to reset both of them. So here we go. Here we go. Let's do it again one more time. Dog or cat person? There we go. Everybody's submitting. Thank you very much for playing along. I forgot to reset those. All right. So now based on that, here's your second question. Okay. People who have a dog, got what kind of dog? People who answered cat were why? Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Let me show you 2 more things here, and then I can show you the back end if you would like to see it. So not only do you have the ability to send websites, images, you can have buttons that you can share those images. Let's say you're at Steve's Amazing Stories con. You can have some great magazine covers that you can have a share button. So for example, like this. For example, like this image right here can be interactive. That's on your phone. Let me put it up on the screen here. Yeah. Oh, I can do it this way. Sorry. So that image can be interactive. It can be, the image can have a link. I can change the text at the top, and I can also have a share button. So the share button will share the image with whoever I want. If I'm on an iPhone, it'll obviously, well, it'll have, I can share it via text, via message, et cetera, et cetera. There's a couple of more features that we can do. This is a video. I'm going to show you a video. And so this is how this Zio is used in sports stadiums. So I can play this in the main view, or I can have you play it on your phone. Either way, watch, unmute, etc. So I can deliver content while the event's going on that either is or isn't part of the experience, which is really nice. So I'm going to put up my, let's do this. I'm going to show you the back end now, because I know this is a geeky crowd, which I really love. So here, let's go just do this. So here's the back end. Cards are, every event is based on a card. I can add new cards based on just by clicking a plus button. Thumbs up, applications, applause, slider, sound off. Here's the polls and the trivia. We now have a different and new a game called Super Turbo Trivia. And I'm going to show you a couple of these arcade games here in a minute. The branching poll, that's that target. That's what that was that I showed you earlier. To get one to pop up, I just click on that. I'm going to reset it and play it again. And there it is. Or I can click on this, reset it, and play it. And there it is. As you see on the right-hand side, I've got full screen ability. This is called the main screen, and that's what you're seeing if I do this. If I do that, that's called the main screen. And that can be either full screen, it can be lower third, like we had talked about. Or it can also be side panel or lower third, either way. I always have a view of the screen and what's being output, sort of a, or more or less a confidence view. That's right here in the where you see the hands. And then there's a running timeline that keeps track of where I am, or just actually records the card sequence. I can actually save that and replay that should I want to. I'm going to show you what time we got. Okay, I got a little bit of time left. So I'm going to show you a couple of games. So we've done some trivia games, which was fun. And right now, I'm going to show you some powerful games. So here we're going to do a game called Skee Ball. Hold on, Skee Ball. Where are you, Skee Ball? Here we go. So as it's loading up, we can see it loading up. It's going to be, I set the load up time to be 25 seconds. And I can also show you this here. So the cool thing about this is I can talk, this Excite can be a branded for your company or your sponsor. And while I'm talking, getting people excited about Skee Ball, saying, hey, if you win this, you get your $25 Starbucks card. And now it goes into the game. And all you do is swipe up with your thumb, and who can score the highest in 30 seconds wins. And your score's on the side, totally brandable up top with logos, but go. So who's going to win Skee Ball? Who's going to win it? Are you in it to win it? Got 20 seconds left. Keep going. Get that thumb moving. Who's the Skee Ball champ? Who is the Skee Ball champ? Can you beat me? Can you beat the odds? Can you beat the high score? 7 seconds left. Keep going. Don't give up. Keep going. Don't give up. Ho, oh! There we go. What was your high score? Well, let's see. We can go to a leaderboard and check it out. My leaderboard, if I show it, I can't figure out how to get out of the leaderboard. So I'm not going to show that to you right now. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let's do one more. Actually, let's do a couple more. I'm going to do one called Hat Shuffle. So this doesn't even need an explanation. So let's do Hat Shuffle. Can you win it? Are you in it to win it? All right, there's a little countdown. Again, there's a logo that can be totally branded. Tap it to play to start. Hat's going to cover the ball. When the hat goes over the ball, we're going to guess where it is. Guess where the hat is. Keep your eye on the hat. Guess your eye on the hat. Where's the hat? Again, for littler kids, younger audiences maybe. But again, it's a fun distraction. Now tap where you think the hat is. And it says you selected hat, blah, blah, blah. And in 15 seconds after everybody's selected that, you're going to see exactly who won. And again, the logo's on the hat, completely brandable. Yes, it was on hat 1. Yeah, buddy. All right. So, do I have anything else to show you? Well, let me take some questions here, and if anybody has any, and I can show you something else or answer some questions.
Harry, I have a heap of questions.
Yes.
Okay, so firstly, does the tool allow you to change your choice? Because I found I was making a choice and then going, oh, that was wrong.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's going to take your first impulse.
All right. All right. Second question. How
to
are
keep
you
it fair, because to answer that, John, it's a great question though. To keep it fair, so if I'm showing you the lower third, for example, if I'm showing you the lower third, why is that not doing that?
If I'm showing you the lower third.
Right. If I show you the lower third.
That was my next question was about lower thirds.
If I show you the lower third, for example, it's going to have the score in there.
Mm.
And so that's, why is that not doing that? Interesting. I think I got my thing.
But is that fixed, or is it an option that you allow or disallow people from changing their minds?
I can tell you in 2 seconds. Hold on, give me 1 second. That's a great question. Trivia. So I'm going to take us offline. Actually, I can show you guys this, I think, while I'm doing it, if you'd like. So I went into offline mode, and now I'm going into a trivia. I'm going to double click on here. Here's the setup card for the trivia. Here's the questions. Here are the answers. And no, I don't believe it is an adjustable. I'm going to go into global settings, points. No.
I don't know if anybody else, but I'm not seeing anything change on the.
No, I think the reason being, and it's, like I said, it's a really good question. Is the reason being that if I'm showing you the scores, for example, like this, in one of these panels, if I'm showing you the scores, somebody could wait to the very last minute and go with the whoever had the most. So yeah, it's a great question. Something we can add for sure, but.
Well, I'm thinking that you might actually want to see what the changing trend is as people are exposed to an answer. Okay, lower thirds, is that you doing that externally? How are you putting the lower third on the screen?
Right now, I'm just doing it with a little desktop switcher, vMix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yep. So it's a great question. Let me just show you that for a second. Well, the idea behind that, if I'm here, I can go to right click on here, and here's the main board, which it has been displaying, the the leaderboard, the scores, the lower thirds, etc. And so I'm just feeding that into.
I'm not seeing
whatever.
anything changing on your shared screen, by the way. I don't know if that's anybody
Yep.
else, but
yeah, you're right.
Static.
So that's the main board.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. And there it is with, you can't see it here. You can see it here. There it is with the green screen key in it. So I'm just keying out the green.
Oh, okay. So,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Good.
So it's lower third, side panel, full screen. Yep.
All right. With the president's question, I don't know whether it might have been after I made the choice. Then I got a green and a red overlay that said, "You're an idiot. You don't know anything about US presidents." Yeah, go figure. I know a lot about one of them.
Right. Exactly. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Everybody does. Yeah. Any other questions surrounding, so again, this is an interactive tool. It's designed to keep people engaged, but it's also designed for you to be able to collect some decent information, some data on data points if you need them. For example, we do a lot of real estate investing webinars, live events. And so the ability to determine, are you interested in A, B, or C class properties? Are you interested in these markets, for example?
So I have a question that I think is what John just asked. So I'm not sure if I just didn't understand the answer. So when you're adding the lower third, is that then acting as a virtual camera in Zoom, or are you using third-party software to do that?
I'm using third-party software.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I had a
Go ahead.
Sorry, I had a quick question. I scanned your QR code, it loaded the app and so forth, but the app is I assume it's a web app or something, because when I exited my scan program halfway through your presentation, the app also exited, but I don't see the app on the phone. So it's I presume it's in the browser or something, right?
It's in the browser. This is called a WAP web application. Yep.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Yeah. So, addressing Rachel's concern earlier, that there's no download to your phone. It's all over a browser. All the games are on a CDN, so they're extremely responsive. And I'm going to turn this back on. So I want to show you something here real quick. Can I do that? Yeah. My systems, I can't get back to where I wanted to go. Oh, there we go.
Perry, we're about out of time, so in a minute or two, wrap it up, please.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm wrapped up. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Can we have the applause thing, please?
Yes. I can't get my, I've switched browser, so I'm not on anymore. But thank you, Rachel B. Thank you, Rachel Livermore. Everybody, appreciate your attention.
Thank you. So to everybody, interesting thing, the main website is down. I think Mainstream crashed. So going forward, I think it's worth having a backup website with the basic info on a separate domain, separate hosting service, complete redundancy, and all email communications would have that backup in case the main site goes down.
Jay, what I was going to suggest, we do this a lot, is basically use the CDN and put something like Cloudflare in front of it, so that if you do go down, at least people get the cached pages.
Okay, that's something I don't have experience with.
Okay.
Great thing to look into. And
it's not that difficult actually. I think if you go to Cloudflare, the basic setup should be able to cover for most of what you wanted to do here, as long as the pages are marked as cacheable. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's something that will be, when the site comes back, a best practices.
So because we're all geeky, can you tell us what it is that has crashed?
I have no idea.
It's just your whole site has crashed.
I'm with Namecheap. Site's crashed. I try going to cPanel. cPanel's down.
Uh.
So maybe they lost the server or something. Don't know.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording for a sec.
I'm just going to mention, John, if you go to the right, if you have the page cached in locally in your browser, you'll still see it. But if it goes out to the server, you don't. It says it's inaccessible.